Are you all happy today? Yes? Okay. I am so happy to see you again. Okay? Students, in this class we are going to learn a new story. This particular story was written by a famous Indian author. Okay? And his name is R.K. Narayan. And the title of the story we are going to learn today is Everest Reactions. What is the title of the lesson we are going to learn? Everest Reaction. Do you know what is the location of the Everest? Do you know anything about Everest? Okay. Very good. If you do not know more about Everest, please browse. Okay? And do you know who is the first person who conquered or who reached the top of the Mount Everest? Okay, very good. Tenzing and Hillary. They are from New Zealand. They are mountaineers. Okay? Now, this particular story is all about the conquest of the Mount Everest, and here in a village, especially R.K. Narayan's works or the background or the settings or the location of R.K. Narayan's stories are mainly in a place called Malgudi. What is the name of that place? Malgudi. Okay. This Malgudi is not a original place in South India. It's just his imagination. It's a creative area. It is not an area which is there in South India. It is just an imaginative village, we can say. Okay, Malgudi. So in this Malgudi, there is a boy. We can refer him as Thambi. He is 12 years old. Okay. The main character, the central character of the story is Thambi. He is 12 years old. So this particular boy Thambi is the central character or the protagonist of this particular story, Everest Reactions. So he is 12 years old. Every day, what is his main duty? Every day he'll listen to the radio and he'll inform about the important news to his family members and to his neighbors. Okay. So radio. Nowadays television is very common and smartphones, we are digitalized, but now we are in digital India, but before 50 years radio is the popular one, and people will get information or people will gather news only through radio and newspaper. So here in Malgudi, this little boy Thambi, he is the reporter and he is informing about the accidents or about any kind of news. He will listen to the radio keenly and he'll inform about these news to his family members and to his neighbors. Here, this little boy wants everybody to enjoy their life. He don't like people who are so lazy, who are so tired of living in this world. So he wants to create an enthusiasm among the people. So sometimes he will inform or he will report some fake news also. If I am telling you a news which is not true, sometimes you may believe it, right? And you will talk about that or you will discuss about that. If I am telling you from tomorrow onwards, the schools, you have to come to school or the schools will reopen on this particular day. It is a fake news, but still sometimes you will believe, oh, ma'am told like this, so it might be true, but it is not. So you will think about that, you will talk about that. So this boy will get some because of these gossips or these arguments among the people. So the main duty of this particular boy Thambi is to inform the news to his family members and to his neighbors, and also he will create some enthusiasm among the neighbors by giving or by reporting some interesting news. So one such interesting and unbelievable news is the conquest of the Mount Everest. So this Hillary and Chanzang, they reached the top of the Mount Everest in the year 1953. Okay. So before that, it was an impossibility. Reaching the top of the hill is unimaginable, unbelievable. It's impossible for them. But these people, Hillary and Tenzing, they proved that we can reach the top of the Mount Everest. Nothing is impossible. Everything under the shadow of the sky is under the control of human beings now. Am I right? But there are mysteries beyond human control or human thoughts, but still people believe that we can do anything. We can do whatever we want. Nothing is impossible for man to achieve. That was the thought. So they reached the top of the Mount Everest in the year 1953. So in this particular story, Everest reactions, the settings was around 1950s. So people, 1950s, 1953 it happened. Hillary and Tenzing, they conquest the Mount Everest. So this particular news reached everywhere. And in this Malgudi also, this boy is informing this news. Nobody believed him. Okay, they are thinking, what a stupid boy you are. Can anyone reach the top of the Mount Everest? It's impossible. And the news you are telling is completely fake. It is not the truth. There is no truth in that news. But still, this boy is again giving more information. No. They reached this destiny. They reached the top of the Mount Everest. This Hillary and Tenzing, they first conquered the Mount Everest, and they are saying that at first they told that Mount Everest is up to this particular height, but these people are saying it was more than 1,000 feet what they said. Okay. So these are the additional information this boy is giving. So everybody in that particular village and his neighbors, they all believed this news, and they are talking about the effects or the impacts. Then what will happen? Okay, these are the people. First they reached the top of the Mount Everest. Then what will happen? So they are discussing about the impacts, the effects of this action. Okay, these makes this little boy, it looks fun, and he is enjoying by looking at the discussion among the people. Okay, are you all ready for today's class, students? So this is the short summary of this particular story, Everest reactions. Now all of you take your textbook. Take page number 88. Everest reactions. Everest reactions. Here are some headlines that appeared in newspapers. How believable do they sound to you? Arrange them in the order of most to least believable. So in newspapers we can find some unbelievable news and some believable news. So they have given few newspaper cuttings or tidbits, and we have to think what are the news which we can believe or not. First is, sea tornado brings torrential downpour of hail and animals. Next, tourist gets mugged by a parrot that grabbed Euro 700. Cows lost their jobs as milk prices drop. Is it a believable news? No. An excited dolphin forces shutdown of a local beach. It's quite funny, right? Woman marries a 300-year-old pirate ghost. Is it believable? No. So similarly, people in Malgudi, they did not believe the fact that Everest was conquered by Hillary and Tenzin. Before that, they thought that reaching the top of the Mount Everest is impossible thing. But people proved that it is possible. Okay. Now, it was the youngest member of the household, Thambi, now 12 years old, who came in with the news. Who came in with the news? Thambi. He is 12 years old. It was his habit to go out and keep dashing back every little while with reports of cricket scores, flying saucers, traffic accidents and other such matters. So, this boy is like a reporter who is reporting, who is informing about cricket scores, flying saucers. This means fight among people, among states, then traffic accidents. So he is reporting the important news to his family members. Today he came in crying out, the Everest has been conquered. They have reached the top. They have reached the top. Who are they? Hillary and Tenzin. They have reached the top. The Everest has been conquered. The Everest has been conquered. They have reached the top. This is the news today he brought. They have reached the top. People thought he was joking. At first, people thought that this silly boy is joking. Although Thambi was generally an accurate reporter, occasionally perhaps when he felt that people's interest in living was flagging. What is the meaning of flagging? What is the meaning of flagging? Becoming less enthusiastic. Whenever this boy feels that his villagers or his neighbors are flagging, they are not interested, they have no interest to live. Life is a precious thing and we have to enjoy each and every moment. Am I right? But sometimes people feel lazy, people feel bored and tired of living. So they have no interest in anything, and this boy wants to create some enthusiasm among his villagers. And they are saying that he is an accurate reporter. He will report each and everything precisely and accurately. Whenever he felt that people are less enthusiastic in their lives, in their living, what he will do? He will report some interesting news to create curiosity among the people so that they will discuss among the villagers. If we get any news, then what we will do? Immediately we will call our neighbors, our friends. Do you know this? This is what happened there. We will inform, right? Okay. In the same way, this little boy will also inform all the important information to his family members and to his villagers. He tried to rouse them with stories of dacosity and arson in the neighborhood. Stories that would not bear a moment's scrutiny, which means stories that could easily prove fake. Such tales would make the elders sit up and ask where he had heard them and so forth. The young man would go away pleased that he had succeeded in steering his elders from their torpor. What is meant by torpor? The state of being lazy and inactive. So whenever he reports something interesting, then what the people will do? The people will start inquiring. Who told you about this? Is it so? Is it true? So they will inquire, they will ask more questions to this little boy, as well as they'll discuss more about this particular news to their neighbors. So this boy is saying that thus some creativity or curiosity will arise among these people. So torpor means the state of being lazy and inactive. He can somehow avoid this kind of laziness. Okay. This seems to be such an occasion. Thambi tried to run away after declaring the conquest of the Everest, but he was caught by the ear and asked to explain. So he informed, or he reported this particular news, and he is running. Now he was caught by a person. Where? Who told you about it? Somebody is asking, where? Who told you about all these news? Got it over the radio in the next house. So he is saying that I got this information through the radio in the next house. Next house? How often have you been told to keep to your books and not loaf all over the place in the sun? So this might be his parents. So they are saying that we asked you to sit inside the home and we asked you to study, but you are loafing. What is meant by loaf? To spend time not doing anything. So loafing means, who is a loafer? One who has no aim and without doing anything, he is walking here and there. That particular person is called as loafer. So his parents are saying that we asked you to sit inside the house and don't roam here and there in the sun, but you are listening to the radio which is there in our neighbor's home. I was studying all afternoon and went out only for a moment to listen to the radio in the next house. So this boy is saying, no mama, till now or till afternoon I have been studying, and now just for a moment I came out and I listened to the radio. What has happened to our own radio? Then he or she is asking, then what happened to our own radio? This means each and every house has radio in those days, during 1950s. Okay. Finding that the subject was getting unnecessarily twisted, the young men declared, the Everest has been climbed and that's all I know. Now he is changing the topic. His parents they are scolding him. Now he changed the topic and is saying that the Everest has been conquered. 2 people have climbed. That's what I know. Don't be absurd. What is meant by absurd? Silly and illogical. Now he is trying to change the topic. So they are scolding. Don't be absurd. Don't be silly or illogical. What is meant by absurd? Illogical. Okay. Cried his elders. Who has been telling you such a cock and bull story? Cock and bull story, made up story. So they are thinking that he is creating. This is just a fake news. This is not true. This is just a fake news. So cock and bull. This is cock and bull story. This is an idiom. Okay. Cock and bull means made up story. I knew long ago that it would be climbed, said Thambi. Now Thambi is saying that I know long time ago people climbed over the Everest. The elders groaned. How How is it possible? How could it be? It's impossible. The elders, they cannot believe this fact. They are thinking that nobody can climb up on the hill. Tenzing and Hilary have done it. Now this little boy is giving more information about the conquest of the Mount Everest. So he is saying that Hilary and Tenzing, they have done this. Said the well-informed boy. He was delighted with his own success in impressing his elders. Now these elders are so curious to know more about this news. He added casually, they also find now that the height of the Everest had all along been mistaken. Do you know what is the height of the Mount Everest? Just find it out, okay? It is about 1,000 feet more than what it was thought to be. Impossible. Who has been putting ideas into your head? Cried the elders. So the elders, they cannot believe this news. They cannot believe this fact. They are not ready to believe this fact also. Okay? In their mind, they are thinking that nobody can reach the top of the Mount Everest. But this boy is giving more information. No. 2 people have done this. 2 people, they proved, they achieved. And they are Hilary and Tenzing. They have done this successfully. And he is saying that the measurement. At first, people told that the height of the Mount Everest is this much feet. But now, the fact is, or the reality is, it is more than 1,000 feet what they told. Till this, can you understand, students? What are the new words we learned today? Flagging, absurd and cockable. Students, I hope you all have understood our today's class. Read the textbook once again and find out the difficult words and use your dictionary. Alright? See you all in the next class, students. Until, take care. Thank you.